Good morning students. Today we are going to learn about the second number chapter, last point, important and parallels and meridians. You observe this figure. In this figure there are two poles. That means this is a show. In this figure you observe this circle. Here is a two poles. That means here is a 90 degrees south pole and here is a north pole 90 degrees. You observe all this figure. Here is a, that means here is a south pole and here is a north pole. In this figure the 66 degrees 30 minutes south side, this is also known as the Antarctic circle, and then the 23 degrees 30 minutes south side, also known as the Tropic of Capricorn. Here is the center of this circle. That means here is a 0 degrees and this is known as the equator. And then here is the north pole. 90 degrees again show the north pole, and 66 degrees 30 minutes north side is known as the Arctic circle. That means here is a 66 degrees 30 minutes south side known as the Antarctic circle, and here is the Arctic circle. Then 180 degrees also known as the longitude. Then again here, that means the north side, 23 degrees 30 minutes north side. This is also known as the Tropic of Cancer, and here is known as the Tropic of Capricorn. That means you understand, here is a north pole and here is a south pole. That means in this figure you observe all these things. First let us get acquainted with some important parallel and meridians. That means in this figure given us some important parallels and meridians. All places between 23 degrees 30 minutes north and south equator receive perpendicular rays on 2 days in a year. That means in this year 2 days sun rays, this equator received the perpendicular ray on 2 in the 2 days in a year. That means in this south side and north side, these 2 days, this sun rays, this equator, south side or north side equator received a perpendicular ray. This parallel at 23 degrees 30 minutes north and 23 degrees 30 minutes south of the equator are called as the Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. That means you observe this figure. Firstly I tell to you, this is the north pole and here is a south pole. You understand, here is a, that means this is a 0. That means here side is the south pole and here is the north pole. That means here given is a this is the all are the here south side and this half circle is the north side. That means all place between 23 degrees to 30 minutes south side. That means this 23 degrees 30 minutes south side is also known as the Tropic of Capricorn. That means 23 degrees 30 minutes in south direction, this is known as the Tropic of Capricorn. And here, that means this is a north pole and this is a 90 degrees. That means in this point, this is the equator, 23 degrees 30 minutes in north side, this is also known as the Tropic of Cancer. You understand, north side is the Tropic of Cancer and south side is also known as the Tropic of Capricorn. How many degrees? 23 degrees 30 minutes south side is also known as the Tropic of Capricorn, and here is, this is known as the north side, and same values, that means 23 degrees and 30 minutes north. This is 2 degrees are same but direction is changed. That means here is the north direction and here is the south direction. That means north direction also known as this Tropic of Cancer, and here is the 23 degrees 30 minutes south direction is Tropic of Capricorn. You understand the difference between these two things? Then the parallels at the 66 degree 30 minutes north and south of this equator also important parallels. That means this is another parallel. Throughout the year, the daytime lasts within the limits of 24 hours. They are called as the Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. That means in this figure, all this information given in this figure. That means the next parallel. That means here is the 66 degree 30 minute in the south side. This is the second most important parallels. Here is the 66 degree 30 minute south, and here is a 66 30 minute in north direction. This is a north direction is also called as the Arctic Circle, and here is the south side 66 degrees 30 minutes south side is known as the Antarctic Circle. You understand? That means here is the value of these two circles. That means the Arctic circles and Antarctic circles the same. That means the 66 degree and 30 minutes, but the direction is change. Depending on the season, daytime, the sun begins visible in sky can be greater than 24 hours in the areas between polar circle and his poles. The maximum duration of sun's appearance in the sky can be 6 months at the poles. Based on the season, during this period the sun continues to move in the spiral on the horizontal. That means when the depending of the season, that means this is the depending on the seasons, this season daytime can be greater than 24 hours in the areas between the polar circle. That means in this polar circle or polar circles, the season the daytime can be greater than 24 hours. At that time, which time we are daytime in the seasons, the seasons daytime can be greater than 24 hours in the areas between polar circle and the pole. The maximum duration of the sun appearance in the sky can be of 6 months at the poles based on the season. During this period, the sun continues to move the spiral or horizontal. At that time, the sun is move in the spiral or horizontal. We have seen the standard fifth, that the earth axis is inclined. This important parallel arises because of the inclination by 23 degrees and 30 minutes due to the duration and intensity of the sunlight. The different temperature zones are formed on the earth. These zones give rise to the pressure belt. That means due to the duration and intensity of sunlight, the different temperature zones are found. That means due to the duration and intensity मुळे काय झालेले आहे, डिफरन्स टेम्परेचर झोन काय झालेले आहेत, फॉर्म्ड झालेले आहेत. These zones gives to rise pressure belt, आणि तेच काय इम्पॉर्टंट ठरतात, झोन्स राइज व्हायला इम्पॉर्टंट ठरतात. Variation in the intensity of sunlight leads to regional diversity in the plant and animal life. That variation of the density sunlight leads to the regional diversity in the plants and animals. That means they help us the variation of the intensity of sunlight. Sunlight मध्ये जी variation असलेली intensity आहे त्यामुळे काय होतं, leads to regional diversity in the plants and animal life. Then the zero longitude or prime meridian is an important. That means zero longitude is also known as the prime meridian is an important meridian. That means zero meridian is the important meridians. This main purpose of these to fix the global standard time. And what is the importance of prime meridian? This main purpose of this fix the global standard time and coordinate the standard time and different countries. That means this is useful from the prime meridian is the useful for the fix the global standard time, and these are very useful for the coordinate the standard time and different countries. That means this is the important for the coordination of the standard time and the different country. This is meridians is also called as the Greenwich meridian. That means this meridian is also known as the Greenwich meridians. Global standard time is known as the GMT. Greenwich means time, and Greenwich means time. What is the meaning of the GMT? GMT means the global standard time. That means GMT, and here is a Greenwich means time. You understand what is the meridian is so important meridian in this meridian, the zero meridian, or also this is known as a prime meridian. What is the main purpose of this? The fixed global standard time and coordination standard time between the various countries, and this meridian is also called as, that means prime meridian also called as the Greenwich meridian. Greenwich meridian means the global standard time known as the GMT. Greenwich means to time. The 180 degrees meridian is also important. That means 0 degrees meridian is also important. But the 100 meridian is the also important. That means here is given in the diagram. Here is the 0 degrees meridian or longitude, and here is the 100 degrees longitude. The 100 meridian is also important. From the prime meridian, other meridians are made east west of to the 100. It is, that means the as like the prime meridians, from the prime meridians, other meridians are marked east west up to the 100 degrees. That means this is the marked on the east west to the 100 degrees. 100 meridians lies opposite to the prime meridian. That means the prime 180 degree meridians is opposite to the prime meridian. That means this is the opposite direction to the prime meridian or the Greenwich meridian. The international deadline is marked with the reference of the meridian. That means the international deadlines is marked with the help of this meridian. That means 180 meridians. In equator as well as a pair of the opposite meridian from the great circle are used for the finding the maximum distance between any two places or the surface of the earth. That means the equator as well as the prime opposite meridians from great circles are used for the, that means the great circle used for the finding the maximum distance between the any two places. That means this is useful for the finding the maximum distance between the two places of the surface of the earth. Here think little, find out the globe meridians opposite to the one mentioned below. 90 degree east, 170 west, 30 degrees east and 20 degree west. What do you observe? And here is a given one example. That means Vatican City is known as the smallest country in the world. It is spread over on areas of the 0.44 square kilometer. This country is located with the Italy on the Italian peninsula. See the latitude and the longitude extent of this country in figure 2.5. That means here given is the Vatican cities in the Italy, and from the west to east, also from the north to south, there is no difference in these degrees or minute of this latitude and longitude, but the difference in the only in second. From these you will get an idea about the use of the smaller unit of minutes and second in the angular measurement. That means here given a city map of the Vatican City in the Italy. In this city there are major longitude and latitude difference between these two in the only second. That means here given a 41 point degrees 54 second 54 minutes 30 second north, and here is a 41 degrees 54 minutes and 0 north. That means here is a given only difference is only in second. And here is a topic of our topic is finished. Thank you. Thank you. That means in this last point we were we are learn about the important parallel and meridians. Thank you.